مرحبا بكم بحلقة جديدة من لقاء عمل في إكسبو. يحتار الزائر لهذا الحدث العالمي أي جناح يختار. كل الأجنحة أخاذة وجذابة. إكسبو دبي ثورة في التكنولوجيا وتطوراتها التي لا تنتهي، غاية في الذكاء الاصطناعي وارتباطاته الوثيقة بالقطاعات كافة. في أجنحة البلدان في أروقة إكسبو دبي يجد الزائر جوابا على السؤال الذي يشغل الجميع: كيف سيكون المستقبل؟ تذكرة إكسبو تتيح السفر نحو كل مكان وأي زمان. لقاء عملنا اليوم سيكون من داخل جناح بولندا، جناح صمم بطريقة تحاكي حركة الطيور المهاجرة من بلدانهم بولندا إلى شبه الجزيرة العربية. سنكتشف أيضا معا طاولة الطعام تفاعلية في جناح بولندا فريدة وفي تصميمها وفي مهماتها. ربما تواصل معها هي الأخرى مع ضيوفنا في هذه الحلقة. Your Excellency, thank you for welcoming us in your pavilion.
Well, thank you for having me, and it is as much as it is mine, it is yours and all the guests that are visiting. And please, there is no necessity for excellencies. My name is Jacob, Ya'qub. You choose it.
Ya'qub. Let me call you Ya'qub the Arab way. Is it okay?
Indeed,
okay,
my pleasure.
Thank you. Ya'qub, this is a beautiful setting. You know, this is, just to tell the viewers, is the office floor. But somehow you made it a point to bring greenery in this floor. It is the second floor of the pavilion. It's really beautiful. Why it's important to have implementation even in offices of the pavilion?
Well, you know, I think the fundamental idea behind the pavilion is, you know, Poland creativity inspired by nature. That's one thing. But the second thing is to bring it to life here in Dubai. I know that the pavilion was, the concept behind it is to bring as much of Polish nature alive as it is on everyday basis for Polish people back home, to bring it here. So you probably know once coming here into the pavilion, you have come across, you know, different types of Polish greeneries, wetlands, forests, and so on, and here we are as well. So I think that the basic idea of it is to have as much nature as possible. And you know, when I was here first mid-September, just before Expo actually began, the smell of a forest here was just amazing. Now it's a bit gone after 4 months, well, 3 months. But honestly, the smell was like in the middle of a Polish forest. So,
and those are real plants, and there are self-irrigation here inside. It's an indoor mini micro implantation or garden. It's beautiful, and wall garden. Very nice.
Thank you very much. You know, we try to keep it. We try to keep it alive, happy for the human eye.
It will, of course,
for the visitors, for the people that work here.
There are a lot of cares for it, and love. So, of course, it will be here. I can see also this cup. Can you tell me about it to explain it? Also, this is the official.
That's the Polish national emblem.
The eagle.
The eagle, yes. And if I'm not mistaken, this is done by the famous Polish 18th century porcelain factory Chmielów. They are a very famous Polish porcelain maker, dating back to 1790. I think that's if I'm not mistaken, but I think I'm not. So yeah, indeed, this is one of our I would say we cherish this company, and we very often use it as gifts or souvenirs for our friends. Yeah.
Very nice. The relationship between UAE and Poland started around 1989. What factors made UAE Poland's key player in the Arab world and key partner in the Arab world?
To answer best your question, allow me just to go back a little bit in history, because you know, in 1989 our part of the world changed drastically. We finally became member of the European family, not yet as the European Union, which happened in 2004, but the world changed. And Our focus, of course, immediately after 1989, the obvious focus and the aim was to be a member of the European Union that we have managed in 2004. And I think this this date made us, once we became member of the EU, we actually began on a new journey of reaching out to the closest European partners. And what is geographically closer than the Arab world? The Arab world always is and will be geographically Europe's closest neighbor. Exactly. So, as you rightly said, our relationship began in 1989 because it is only then when it was permitted for Eastern Europe to have relations in this part of the world. So we immediately engaged in these relations. But I think the turning point was beginning of the 2000s, where our economy grew substantially, changed. We became member of the European Union, and we began to reach out. But again, I have to also underline that indeed the United Arab Emirates, together with Saudi Arabia, are our biggest trading partners, and we cherish that. But it is also not only to the fact that we do that we work on that daily, back in Abu Dhabi, Riyadh, Warsaw, but it is the fact that Dubai, the Emirates, are such a global platform to cooperate with. So this is not only our decision to engage, but this is the observation what is happening here. So, so indeed, we try every day to make this relation stronger.
What area this relationship has for cooperation between the two countries? Which are the fields that you cooperate the more? Is it security? Is it technology? Is it a business? What is it exactly?
These things tend to, change and evaluate and evolve actually, because well, first of all, the Emirates in general and Dubai in particular is a global platform for exhibition and international fairs. So there's hardly any part of economy that wouldn't be represented here. So if you want to promote, market your idea, your project, your know-how, there will always be a place for you in the Emirates, because the Emirates offers you pretty much a platform to showcase everything that you have in terms of innovation, in terms of product, know-how, you name it, right? But I think that the role of the embassy is to understand best the country that we are working in, to understand its potential, to understand its priorities, and to present it well to our capitals where to best fit in with, in that case, the UAE. So it's really multilateral. It would be very hard to name one or two.
So do you think you will have a role in increasing the bilateral trade, in the non-oil, actually, bilateral trade that is around more than $1 billion? Do you think you will increase it in the future? You will have a role in this?
Well, this is our wish, our mandate and wish to increase it, but the embassy itself cannot increase anything. We are not a business partner. As I said, we are here to facilitate, to open the platforms, to open the doors to people, to entities, to companies that actually will, in the end of the day, do business. So it must be a win-win situation. But we are here, and this is how I see the role of the embassy, is to best analyze and actually try to find where are the possibilities that we can actually squeeze in, because the competition in the Emirates is also huge. Yes,
that is true with many other countries. Actually, the whole world is here.
Yes.
About the possibilities, so many Polish citizens find possibilities and opportunities here in UAE. Around 4,000 Polish are living here in UAE. Why did they choose UAE to settle, and what did they bring with them from Poland?
Well, it is the Polish diaspora, or the Polish minority, or the Polish community in the Emirates is the biggest Polish community in the Arab world. So this is something also that we cherish, because well, they are also in a way the Polish ambassadors in large numbers in the UAE. Well, in such a modern, vibrant state like the Emirate is, the vast majority of the Polish people, would be in general professionals.
Yeah.
Would it be doctors? Would it be engineers? Would it be photographs? Would it be, you name it, bankers? You name it. I think what they offer is this, Polish ingenuity, very, very, very well educated, open-minded, and I think they fit in this model here very well. So, well, if they are happy, and I think we are, that they are happy, we couldn't ask for more. We couldn't really ask for more.
Coming for Expo now, before I come and film here, so many of my colleagues in other media, they recommended and they told me, go to the Polish Pavilion. Even before the opening of Expo, come and see the Polish Pavilion. And it is, I will discover it later, but I saw some pictures because I want to visit with the tour and discover it with the viewers. But I saw it is a really distinguished pavilion. Was it a spontaneous and easy decision to come and participate in the edition of Dubai for Expo, or there are a lot of discussion behind it?
No, I think that was obvious and straightforward. Well, first of all, it's the first Expo in the Arab world. Yeah. So that's very important for the Arab world in general. Because I'm not an expert in terms of organizing expos, but as I understand it, is a global platform of positive messages. You're sending out a positive message to the international community, to humanity in general. And what I find in this Expo really very interesting and pleasant and heart-growing is that these expos seem to be very close to people.
Yeah.
It is not an expo that is detached. You know, when you, and I'm here for the 30th time probably, you always see people interacting, going in, going out, sitting, living. That's very nice to see because I think that's the idea behind an expo, how
connecting
to engage,
also,
connecting minds, right.
The future.
So I don't think that there was any ever question to participate or not. It was obvious to participate because we will not have a greater platform of visibility for Poland, for the Polish culture, tradition, technology, you name it, whatever is Polish under the emblem, just to showcase it here in Dubai.
As you said, Expo has always a message. What is the message of the Polish Pavilion?
That's a tricky question, but I think the message we're trying to promote here is a message that we are, as Poland, a relative newcomer to the Gulf, because as we discussed before, we have only established our embassy in 1991. So it's been 30 years celebrated last year. It's not a huge amount of amount of time, but we managed to build a strong bilateral portfolio. So I think that's the strongest message so far, that we are, here to stay, to try to build with the Emirati friends and partners as many partnerships as it is actually possible. And we hope, and we already see in our Polish internal understanding of Expo, how much Expo has done for Polish companies, for Polish regions, the amount of delegations. It would be enough for us that I would say 10 or 15% of all those people, delegations, be it governmental, non-governmental business that came here, visited the pavilion, visited Expo, that they will have a continuity. This would be already a major success. And this is what we are working for. How to best use this given 6 months that is given to the whole international community, because everyone pretty much is represented at Expo, but how to utilize it best after Expo. This is the big question, how to utilize it after. And this is what we are working on actually right now.
So leverage on it during and after Expo.
And even more after.
And more after. It's a big opportunity. Thank you, Yacoub, for your time, for coming here for this interview. I will have to go outside in front of the pavilion to meet Moneer.
And our director.
Yes, the pavilion director. And he said that the chef of the restaurant with the Polish cuisine is preparing a surprise. I don't know what is it, but I will discover it. But I'm looking forward to speak to both of them before the tour with the Commissioner General.
Well, I wish you bon appetit already.
Merci. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for having us.
Thank you, Yacoub. Thank you.
Thank you.
thank you for waiting for me, Moneer here. How are you?
My pleasure. Good to meet you.
How's everything? Good to meet you too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for waiting. This is a beautiful entrance, actually, and a restaurant. So I think it is really very close to and reflect your theme, creativity inspired by nature. Look at the nature, it's here. So this is a table for people in the restaurant. They can eat here. And there are QR code as well. How the nature is with the food, how did you relate this?
Yes, as you mentioned, the main theme of our participation at Expo is Poland, creativity inspired by nature. We want to show that how close we are to the nature. And even whenever we have our meals, we're always surrounded by the greenery. And even the tables are made out of wood, which we brought in from Poland, and the chairs. So this is all part of nature.
And those plants, they grew up here, but from where did you brought them also?
They were brought in from Poland, and also this is part of our visitor experience and journey. We're on the way. Our visitors will be able to see real forest plants that we have brought in from Poland.
Excuse my ignorance in this. The plants are completely different. I know it's in Europe, Holland, here is the desert in the Middle East. Do you see it's different plants that grew up, but you made it grow in here in the desert?
At the beginning, it took them a little bit of while to get going, you know, to adapt to the environment, especially it was summertime. But with good nutrition for the plants and watering, they are so far doing good.
You took care of them because they are really, really blossoming, amazing. I see screens as well, Moneer. What are those screens?
Yes, so during whenever our visitors are having their meal, they can also get entertained with real landscapes of Poland that they can witness through the screens. Because this is part of the main objectives of our participation at Expo. First of all, we want to build awareness. So by being able to see the different screens over here with different views, landscapes and nature, this will bring our visitors closer to Poland in Poland.
You make the meal very entertaining, actually.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Plus, we will try the food as well. The food, I tried it before, and here, when I was coordinating for the episode, and it is the Polish food is very delicious, and we will try it again, actually, together, Moneer, today.
Yes,
with Chef Marcin.
I'm counting on
with
that.
Chef Marcin.
Exactly.
When I'm preparing for the episode, Moneer, I discovered that you scheduled, let me say this and you will correct me if I'm wrong, 1,000 events during the 6 months of Expo. Tell me, is this correct? 1,000 events?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yes.
What are those events?
There are different, there are a few categories of events. Some of them are cultural. We have live concerts every day. 3 times a day we have a live concert. We have because Poland is known for Chopin music, so we have pianists that are rotating on a weekly basis that play here 3 times a day. So
Chopin.
Yes, exactly. Apart from that, we have activities related to children. As you have also probably noticed, we have a lot of children play area, outdoors, indoors as well.
I love that play area, inside and outside, and with Adrian I will discover it later. Tell me, does people bring their kids here?
The children come here by themselves, alone. They're the ones who are dragging their parents.
To try it, It's beautiful, honestly.
Thank you so much.
So you have events for the kids as well, and?
Exactly. Then we also have business events. So there are 3 main categories of events that we have. And in addition to that, our facilities at the pavilion allow us to organize dedicated events for companies themselves. So we make the venue available to them, and they can invite their guests and schedule their seminars here.
Excellent. How is business going on? You have many delegations coming. You have businessmen are established here. How is the dynamic of events and cooperation here in the pavilion and Expo?
Yes, so we're trying to match the thematic weeks organized by Expo, because this will bring more traction to the presence of the Polish companies and also the interaction with other countries. So Expo bringing all the people together from different parts of the world, this is an amazing melting spot for Polish companies to meet their clients or suppliers over here at Expo. So we recommend for the Polish companies to come here during a relevant thematic week of their business. But nevertheless, there are also other exhibitions taking place throughout Dubai. And this is when these specialists in their respective sectors also come here.
You had a very energetic, vibrant, successful National Day for Poland. And it was the day as well that the first time an embassy of Poland that was opened in UAE 30 years ago.
Exactly.
What an amazing coordination for this day. How was it that day?
It was really jam-packed with events, different types of events. So we had a fashion show, we had several concerts, we have our staff who are in fact students from Poland that we brought in. They performed about 3 of their own shows that they have rehearsed and prepared by themselves as a gift to our visitors. Throughout the day we had other activities within the pavilion, and finally we ended up with bringing our Polish orchestra with the symphony and bringing in one of the winners of the Chopin International Competition in Poland to play their piece here at Expo.
Wow, Moneer, this is very rich pavilion with activities and events. I like how you brought students from Poland to here. Can you believe how this is has an impact on their future career experience, life experience, human experience when they come here from Poland? Maybe some of them will go out of Poland for the first time to come here to see the world in one place. This is a great idea.
Exactly, as you mentioned, Nufal. The idea is that in this case, being involved in Expo gives them a completely different life experience and also preparing them for their professional life. What's amazing about them that they are highly motivated. They are very excited to be in Dubai, and as you said, actually in this case for most of them it's their first time in Dubai. So they're discovering a completely new world, something that they have not even imagined, and they are also a part of our participation. They're even adding and changing the shape of our participation just by them being here and being involved. So indeed, they also have the opportunity to perhaps even find their future professional career over here by meeting different companies, whether Polish companies or international as well.
Imagine someone who is still student coming here for a life experience and get a job out of this experience. It's a life-changing, a journey that is different. I love this idea, Moneer, that's amazing.
Indeed. We already have signs of that, and we have already, yes, we already, some of our students are already being picked. It means that what we did is the correct way.
You did it because it is reflecting the theme of Expo, connecting mind.
And we create the future.
And you create the future as well.
Exactly.
Moneer, I noticed you have a forum that I find very interesting. It's the Polish Arab Forum. It's a business forum, correct?
Exactly. Expo is not only about sharing our culture, but also we want to open the platform for businesses to interact together. It's one of the unique occasions where we can organize the forum dedicated to so many different sectors of business. So here, utilizing Expo and the main theme of Expo, we want to also connect businesses together and their minds. And we really hope that while Expo, once it's done, we will have memories of Expo, but we want the businesses to continue cooperating together.
It will leave a very big legacy for every pavilion here and all the people that visited Expo actually. I like how also you participated in the celebration of the Jubilee of UAE. You were part of it.
Exactly, it's a huge honor, and we are very excited to be here and to be able to participate with the UAE celebrating the 50th Jubilee. At the same time, this is the 30th year of our diplomatic cooperation between the two countries. So it's a very nice two round numbers, and these are decades actually. So we're very excited to celebrate it, but also with the outlook of growing cooperation. And we talked about Polish students, and our students also have prepared a few surprises for our hosts over here in UAE.
Excellent, that is excellent. We talked about culture and business and politics and diplomatic ties between Poland and UAE, about Expo, and I want to talk gastronomy, and I'm really curious to see what Chef Marcin prepared for us for today. So I think he is ready.
Welcome.
Oh, wow!
Similar color. This is the traditional Polish soup. You must try.
It is a pinkish soup matching to my suit without any coordination. Thank you, Chef. Please, Moneer, can we bring a chair for Chef Marcin? Thank you so much. What's your name?
Ori.
Ori, nice meeting you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Please have a seat.
So please, Chef, please. It's pink. Chef, tell me, what is
This
this
traditional
soup?
Polish soup with yogurt, buttermilk, egg, and fresh spring vegetables and herbs.
It looks very delicious. What do we say? I think we say it in Arabic that we eat with our eyes before our stomach. You remember this?
Exactly.
What we say? And I think, it's beautiful to see. Is the dishes or the gastronomy of Poland artistic like this?
Of course. Polish chefs, all chefs around the world is the artistic,
Yes.
The artistic start of the agriculture and the shop, and finish is the restaurants on your plates in the table.
How can you define and describe the cuisine of Poland?
Polish kitchen is a very big idea, a big history, a lot of products. Very important is the fresh products, products from my country, the beetroot, buttermilk, eggs, herbs. It's the traditional Polish products.
Amazing.
It's
Should
the
we
variety.
try? It's a variety.
Yes.
Should I try?
Go ahead, please.
Yes. So everything with the egg and the soup,
of course.
and you try
Herbs.
with me.
Yes.
Yes.
It will be a pleasure.
I can feel the mix that you said. The beetroot, the yogurt, the
Buttermilk, it's very
You can even
important.
feel the pieces of beetroot as well.
This is very
There are
good
pieces.
soup for this climate.
it is cold.
Cold, yeah.
Why?
Because this soup eat in my country in the summertime.
Summer.
Yeah.
So it's for it makes you cool actually. It's very breezy soup, let's say. What other dishes that are well known in Poland that you are really famous for?
All dishes is very famous. My friends in the Polish restaurants serve the wild meat, fresh vegetables. Now is the very popular organic kitchen.
Okay.
This is the first idea, organic and fresh.
Yeah, I would like to add also that Poland has a variety of raw materials or ingredients for the kitchen available in Poland. We don't have to import it. So the difference is that in this case it gives us the variety of dishes that we can finally achieve. Poland, the Polish cuisine is very rich in soups, in fact.
Okay.
There is more than 15 different soups in Poland served.
Soup is very
Hot and
important
cold.
in the Polish cuisine. Yeah.
So you eat the soup in winter, and this one is
In
for summer because it's still hot in here in UAE or in Dubai. I totally understand. Chef Marcin, thank you. I know you are very busy. We spoke in the morning and you have a lot of things to prepare, but thank you for this interview. Thank you for this soup.
Very delicious.
Moneer, I saw there are something when I came in. I saw you have ice cream.
Yes, we do.
I'm recommend.
You recommend?
The best ice cream on the Expo in the Polish Pavilion with the chocolate, vanilla.
Chocolate, vanilla, and with other
And
flavor?
they're mixed. You can choose separately if you want only chocolate, only vanilla, or mixed together.
mixed together.
Twisted ice cream.
And every day make new, fresh. This is not coming from the shop.
Yeah.
This is
New, you make
prepared
it here. That's
in
why
the
you
pavilion.
are busy, chef. Thank you very much, Moneer. Adrian didn't come yet for the tour inside the pavilion. I will take the few minutes before he arrives to go and eat
Have
an
some
ice cream.
Yes,
Let's
it's
go.
a great treat. Thank you very
chef.
much.
Thank you so much.
you.
Let's go to the ice cream. I see Adrian is here. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, my dears.
Can I please you with one ice cream?
Yes, of
Then
course.
we will delay our tour, please, because I need to finish this.
Of
It's
course,
very
we can.
delicious.
I know it's also delicious, and it's one of the celebrities
Yes.
of this pavilion. So yes, this has become kind of a celebrity on its own
It is
because of the
famous.
delicious flavor, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you prefer?
I'll have a mix, please.
I'm mixed. Please let me. Thank you so much, Russia.
Thank you.
Ah,
It is lovely, isn't it?
It
it's
is.
kind of a piece of an art.
it is art. It's really, and you know, I tried with Chef Marcin this beautiful soup. I have to tell you, it was matching my soup. It's the same exact color of my suit. Adrian, this is amazing.
This is the magic of Poland Pavilion. Welcome.
Thank you.
Creativity.
It is
Inspired
great
by
by nature. This
Exactly.
is. Let's enjoy.
Enjoy.
Let's talk about the architecture of this pavilion. It is really, really unique. What is distinguished about it?
You know, when you come to Dubai, when you come to the Gulf countries, you always see those magnificent buildings. You can see concrete, you can see steel, glass, all those LED, LCD screens, multimedia flashing at you, screaming and popping up everywhere you're going to go. So you're pretty much acquainted to this kind of sensations, right? So what we wanted to do is we wanted to stand out a little, because how can you compete with Dubai when it comes to architecture? So you just need to make something unique. So we came up with one of those raw resources that is very sustainable, because when you think about timber, it's very common for us, yet it's not that spread out here, commonly used, right? So we brought it here. We brought it from Poland. Everything you're going to see, almost everything you're going to see in the pavilion is going to be made out of wood. Because everything is interconnected. And actually, wood is one of those resources that is of the lowest carbon footprint. So the sustainability is there.
Is here.
And we wanted to show off a little. I wanted to stand out a little. And now this is why we've decided to build a building almost completely out of wood, brought from Poland, and wanted to show the world that it can be used in oh so many ways, not only for the decorative purposes, but also when it comes to entertainment, when it comes to joy, when it comes to building themselves, the construction process. So yes, you can see the building in its final shape, and actually, if you ask me, it looks way better than it used to look at the renders.
Oh, wow. So you render it and you had the 3D images,
Yes.
but when it is realized, you find out it's much better.
For me it is, and I've heard it also many times, you know.
It's beautiful because the story that is linked to it. Those installations are the reflection of birds
Exactly.
that migrate every year, actually, from Poland to come here to UAE and the region, actually, the Middle East.
So we wanted to find some proper connection on this cultural level, on this natural level. So what we came up with is the idea of the flocks of migrating birds.
Yeah, exceptional.
So what you can see around the building, because it's all around the building and even inside. When we go inside, you can take a look at it as well.
Okay.
So this would be us just showing the proper connection to the Arab world, because this is the first of its kind when it comes to world exhibitions being held here. Yeah. So yes, this is our proper connection on a somewhat poetic level, I would say.
It is poetic because there are some breeze, and the breeze made those installation and those birds move a little bit. With the lighting, with the sun, with the shine, it's really, really exceptional. It's beautiful.
Yes, the slightest blow of wind puts everything into motion, and the reminiscence of just the flocks of the birds being in flight is there.
Adrian, this is an amazing story, and the link is genius, the way you made it through the bird. And I can see the birds all over here, the installation that you have in front of the pavilion. But I have to say also, I saw some kids coming and visiting, and I love this. It's like a nest, right? People are coming here and getting inside.
Exactly.
What is it?
You're gonna see everything is interconnected. So it's not only a nest, but it's also exemplification of nature. Because when you go inside, you can lay on the neck and you will see the planets, because it's a planetarium for children, for small visitors of our pavilion, for our small guests.
Okay.
So you're going to enjoy your time there. You're going to take some time off and look at the stars, at the planets.
Okay, I have to try it.
Please do.
Because I'm not going to lay down for now. Oh, okay, I see the planet in here. Yes. Yeah, it's fun, Adrian. And imagine everyone will look for his country in here.
Yes, they do. They do. So it's kind of an edutainment, isn't it?
It is entertaining. So what do you have here?
So once you enjoyed our playground, you'll be able to take a look at our nature at its very best. Yeah. Because just for the queuing line, just for the first section of a pavilion, we brought the plants, the landscapes, the creativity, and everything that comes along with the nature of Poland at its very best here. Because we brought all the plants deliberately from Poland. We've made the adjustment process and adaptation process in the pavilion, because when we brought them, it was more than 50 degrees outside.
Oh, yeah.
And believe me, Polish plants are not used to that kind of a weather.
No. But you managed that they survived.
Yes, because we want to bring a piece of Poland to the UAE. So we wanted our guests to be able to have a sensory experience. So they will be able to not only listen, not only see, but also be able to feel, touch, smell something.
Poland is a country, when I'm preparing for this episode, I found out that it's a country that at one point disappeared. And then another point, it reappeared and rebirthed, actually. Tell me about it.
Yes, exactly. That's true, because we are one of the oldest countries when it comes to the history of mankind nowadays, the modern history, because we've been there for 1,000 years.
Yes.
So we haven't been on the world's map for actually 123 years. We were divided and stripped into three pieces between three empires, the German, the Russian, and the Austro-Hungarian.
Yeah.
But for 103 years we were in the country, yet we still remained as a nation. So we were there, and of course some of us scattered all around the place, all around the globe. But what kept us alive, what kept us together was the culture, was the language, and we've remained a nation even though the country was non-existent for more than a century. And we were all revived in 1918, once the World War I ended. Yeah. So during the Versailles Treaty. We were revived as a country, and for 26 years, we were there once again.
Resilience.
Resilience, exactly. Wow. Until World War II came.
Again, Poland rised again.
Yes, exactly.
And it's flourishing, and it's existing, and it's a very powerful country.
Starting from 1989, we're back on track, I would say, fully independent from any other influence. And yes, we are one of those countries that made it, I would say, because for more than 30 years, until 2020 when the pandemic struck, we were on the constant growing curve when it comes to GDP. We haven't had a single year, even a single quarter, with a drop when it comes to GDP.
Wow, that is exceptional.
It is.
We are at the entrance of the pavilion inside, indoor. I think we will have to find a place with those school children and try to explain to me, what is this?
What is this? Poland, presented here in the pavilion, is Poland full of references to our culture. So, of course, we are bringing installations, but we first and foremost bring our hosts.
Yes.
Hosts, 150 students from 5 different Polish universities that will be always there for you, guiding you through the whole experience and telling you all about it.
Moneer told me about them.
Exactly.
It's a great idea that you did, yes.
So what they are doing now is they are inviting our guests, because we always like to call our visitors guests, not the visitors, because for us, every visitor is a guest, and we would like to give a 5-star hotel treatment and experience to everyone. So this is the very first section when you come indoors. So what you can see is the simplification and exemplification of Polish table. This is something that for us is a social experience. When we invite our guests to our homes, we always take them to our Polish table. We sit them down, we enjoy them, we try to have fun, we try to enjoy our own company, exchange ideas, talk about everything, wine, dine, and spoil our guests all the time.
This is the interactive table that I read about?
Yes, this is the one.
Okay, explain to me, how is it interactive?
Okay, first of all, I will tell you a little something about it, because it's made out of 120 different blocks. The wooden blocks are made out of ash wood, and they are the depiction of Polish landscapes. You can see different Polish landscapes, the variety, not only the nature, but also some monumental landscapes when it comes to different cities, when it comes to points that really stand out on the Polish map. And there are some points that are pretty much different than the others. They are not made out of wood, even though, of course, one is. We've there were more than 30 people working on the table. Yeah. And when you see the landscapes, these are all true satellite pictures of Polish terrain from the Copernicus projects of the satellites of the EU. And they were thrown onto the ashwood blocks with the CNC algorithm written specially for the Polish table. So this is the true depiction of the territory of Poland. Okay. And those other ones are the depiction of our creativity and our industry, because we've came in touch with 6 different artisans, 6 different designers, 6 different engineers, and we've just wanted to show off a little of our culture, but also a little of our ingenuity. So you can see copper and silver created by Oskar Zięta. This looked like a little like mountains, because our resources of copper and silver are mainly located in the mountains of Poland. Okay. And the artisan himself comes from the very same region. This is the inlay technique used by one of our architects and artisans, Maciej Szuda, and he went through Polish forests, gathered different kinds of wood, timber, and put one into another. Then we got these glass blocks. Yes, Agnieszka Bar created them for us, and they are trying to reminisce a little of our misty foglands with the wetlands, of course, but they also might reminisce a little about ice that is melting due to the global warming.
That is a nice gesture and reflection about the global warming and our planet. What I felt is when I touch, this one changed.
Yes, but what you want to do is always you want to touch it.
Yeah.
And the thing about Polish pavilion is that you're always very safe and sound being in here, because even though so many people are touching it, it's completely safe for you, because we made sure that everything is secured when it comes to COVID measures. And because everything is covered, everything you can touch is covered with a nano layer of coating that kills every germ at the very instant.
Really?
Everything.
Even though there are before me and others, this is a new thing.
This is a 2-year guarantee for us, you know?
Okay, amazing.
And yes, when it comes to interactions, you can stand by, this one would be better suitable for you. And we wanted to acknowledge the main theme of Expo. So connecting minds, creating the future. And what we do here by the Polish table, we want people to interact with them just as they would do by the Polish actual table. Yes. So dzień dobry in Polish means welcome or hello. Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry. Exactly. Perfect pronunciation. If you say it out loud, dzień dobry, you can see the table light up.
Lighting.
If 5 people stand together, if 5 people stand together by different microphones, the whole table will light up, the tower will light up, and then we will light up the kinetic sculpture above us as well.
Oh, now I want to try it.
And on my mark, 3, 2, 1, Dzień dobry. Look, it's all lighting up. The lines are connecting, and it's going to light up the kinetic sculpture above us as well.
I love this interactive. Thank you very much for your voices. Thank you. Where should we go next?
Yes, once we're done with the table, we want to invite our guests to the interactive wall. The wall is interactive and without the need to ever touching it, without ever coming to the physical contact interaction. What we want to do is when we want to present our guests, no matter what kind of continent they are coming from, what kind of region are they from, they will be able to stand by the wall, look at the interactive scenarios that will be played over here, and choosing their region, they will be able to see their relations, their region relations to Poland, even though they might have not been aware of it.
So how can I do that? I have to touch it?
No, you do not have to touch anything because we have the proximity sensors. Because we want everything to be interactive without the need to ever touch anything.
Okay, so how do we
just stand by one of those regions.
I will go to Africa.
Yes, by all means do. A little closer. Move closer, closer, closer. A little closer.
Ah, now I have...
The Witcher. You know, we brought a little something from our culture as well. This is the literature that became the gaming industry phenomenon and then became the Netflix phenomenon.
But what is the relation with Africa?
You will see, because it's spread out from Poland to 40 different languages throughout Europe, going down south to Africa as well.
Okay.
And then it's spread out to the whole world when it comes to the culture and pop culture actually phenomenon all around the world. There are different scenarios. Some of them will be talking about Polish culture. Some of them will be describing the relation to different countries and regions when it comes to music, when it comes to Polonia. Because fun fact is, there's 38 million Poles living inside the country, but there's 20 million Poles living outside, all around the world.
20 millions outside.
Exactly.
So you have an impact on the world.
I tend to believe so, yes. So what we do, of course, one of those scenarios covers also the Chopin's music. And there is one more thing I would like to mention, because we are standing right next to the piano, brought here deliberately by us in cooperation with National Friedrich Chopin Institute and National Philharmonic. So for the duration of 6 months, for 182 days, 3 times a day on a daily basis, you're going to get Chopin concerts in Poland Pavilion.
Chopin, just come and listen.
Yes.
With a piano.
Exactly.
And not with anyone. The most prominent musician will
play
Chopin
every week we bring a different pianist from Poland, and they just give you a personal touch to the same works, even though you might have heard them before. Every week there's going to be a slight difference, right? And what we do is we lock the pavilion, we invite only 80 people inside, we dim the lights, we shut every sound off, we stop showcasing, and for 25 minutes you get the unique, personal, yet very intimate experience of experiencing the high culture of Poland.
Not anybody can have this Chopin experience, journey, music that take you in time and to a different world, you know.
Exactly. So
this is about this.
When you come to Expo, you get to experience everything. You get the lively music, all those events around you, but everything is really loud. What we wanted to do is we wanted to bring the really cozy, slow life experience, just allowing you to relax a little and take some time off for yourself.
Yeah, beautiful. I still enjoying those birds.
Yes, look, them being in motion, it's a really poetic view. I really enjoy it every single day, every single time I'm coming to the pavilion and bringing guests like you for a walk through, you know.
Thank you for this journey. So now we are on the first floor.
Yeah. The first floor is, for the very first time as a country, we try to showcase our entrepreneurs, the very best of what we can give to the world, because we want to showcase some different image of Poland, some things that might not be really associated to Poland, until now.
Okay.
But it is worth your while and get to know, because just starting from the very first point, I don't know whether you were aware that we are the second biggest manufacturer in the world and exporter, as a matter of fact, of caviar, of high-end, luxurious caviar.
I had no idea.
Yes,
you are in the caviar business at all. How?
Because we have such a pure lakes, such pure waters, that we can provide the sturgeon with the proper living conditions. So we had all those healthy lifestyles that we want to show. We have slow tourism. You can, of course, get the best infrastructure in the world, because we were just created as an independent, fully independent country, as we said, 30 years ago. So we haven't had the generational lag, I would say, the legacy lag. So we have beautiful history behind us, yet the infrastructure is very modern and very high-end.
I can see the lavender, I can see the honey.
Yes, you can see the honey because of all the meadows, all the fields, and all those agriculture in Poland and the nature all around you. You will get the best organic and bio produce. So, of course, honey is one of them. What we want to do apart from that, we create the vision of Poland being very advanced when it comes to design, when it comes to manufacturing, when it comes to science and innovation. We are the second biggest manufacturer of furniture in the world.
Furniture.
When you go to one of those world-renowned, let's say, pop culture brand of furniture, not to give the name, the vast majority of wooden furniture would be coming from Poland.
Interesting.
Yes, we get to showcase also the robotics, our IT skills. Every second high-tech startup created in Central and Eastern Europe nowadays is being set up in Poland.
Why? What is attractive in Poland for this?
We were always taking education very seriously. We were very ambitious and at the same time very skilled. When you combine the creativity, ambition and skill, you get the best out of people. So we already set up a good framework for the startups to be set up there. We had the very well-skilled, very well-spoken and well-educated people to provide the necessary skills to the endeavors of the enterprise. So yes, we are now the country of the first choice when it comes to set some things like that. And one more thing, we are the third biggest manufacturer and exporter at the very same time of the digital entertainment goods.
The
games, video games, computer games.
From there.
Yes, of course.
So this is related also to education.
It is. For the faculty, we are just improving our curriculum. And
I'm thinking also it's related that you have a young population.
Yes, we do. We do, and starting from, let's say, 1985, 1980, very early 80s, people were starting to learn English rather than Russian, as the previous generation did.
I think it's a game changer.
It was a game changer. So everywhere you would go in Poland, you will find almost everybody speaking English.
I have to say, Adrian, to be honest, I was ignorant about Poland before Expo. I never had the time or the curiosity to read about it, but I think you made a showcase here that everybody will know. Thanks to this pavilion and thanks to Expo as well.
Of course, thank you so much. But it's not your fault. It's not you being ignorant. It's not that Poland was showcased that much in the region. So this is why we chose Expo 2020 as one of the main parts of the promotional activities for Poland, not only when it comes to economy, but also when it comes to just spreading the creativity brand, I would say.
I see. This is beautiful. This is an exhibition?
Yes, we are now in the room for temporary exhibitions.
Okay.
And actually, on the course of the 6 months, almost on a weekly basis, we are changing the exhibition displayed here. So now...
Weekly. Sometimes there are pavilion monthly. You did it. You really raised the bar very high.
Yeah, but it's not that easy, believe me.
It's not easy. On a weekly basis. So this week is...
This week we have the Patent Office of Poland. And what we are showcasing is the design as well as some high-end technologies along with the latest acknowledgements when it comes to the telemedicine.
We'll go to the next...
final section, the immersive zone, the Imaginarium as we call it.
Imaginarium.
Exactly.
Nice.
This is the place. So this is our final zone, our final section of the exhibition, and this is where we want our guest to have a little time for himself, or herself, of course. Just if you look up, you can see the reflective mirrors
Yes.
They are made by the same artist that created the mountains downstairs on the Polish table, made out of copper and silver, and these are created using his signature technique. And everything you're going to see around on those screens over there is going to reflect in the mirrors and give you an immersive experience, right?
Immersive experience. What will we see in the screens?
For now, you can see 3 different scenarios. One would depict Polish Tatra mountains and the nature and the traits of people, because we believe that what mountain give you is the hardiness, the sturdiness, and the persistence needed to go on with the modern life. And actually, there is a thing about Polish mountaineers that not that many people know about, because we were the first ones to achieve so many goals when it comes to Himalaya. And this is what we do. We have a transition from Polish mountain to Himalaya as we speak. Fun fact is that the soundscape created for this zone, for this scenario, was composed especially for this section, for the pavilion, and it was nominated to the counterpart of Oscars for the soundscapes last week. Yeah. 32 channel sound, and whenever you will stand in the pavilion, in this section, you would hear the different section of the orchestra.
What is... I love this music. Majestic. What is the other scenario that
the other scenario would depict in some creative way the beauty of Polish nature at its very best when it comes to the greeneries, to the forest, because we have the sole single prime forest in Europe. There's not that many places all around the globe, and yet there's one in Poland. The prime forest, the forest that hasn't been touched by human hand, foot, or anything of humankind since the very beginning of its existence.
And you are keeping it safe.
We are preserving it.
Preserve it.
We are. Yet you can see or even experience one thing: live sounds coming from the forest every time. The third one would be showcasing our input towards the astronomy, modern day space race, and the sci-fi. So it's all revolving around the space industry and the space and the science fiction that is becoming the reality nowadays, right? So we will just be showcasing our astronomers. We will be trying to tell you a little something in an interactive way about our sci-fi novelist, Stanisław Lem, and then we'll show you the map of the whole of the known universe and try to make you feel how small we are as a humankind, because on the whole map that is going to be shown all around us, our galaxy as a whole, not even the solar system, but the galaxy, the Milky Way, is less than 1 pixel, less than 100th part of the pixel, and it's structured in some way.
What an amazing journey in the Polish pavilion. Thank you, Adrian. That is very nice. I feel that this pavilion was made with a lot of thought and so much passion.
Thank you.
I feel it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for this beautiful pavilion.
We did our best. Thank you so much.
What an amazing journey, Adrian. Thank you very much. I still can't believe the amount of information that I learned today here about Poland through this pavilion. Actually, it's really enlightening.
Thank you for being with us. I hope you enjoyed it just as I enjoyed just walking you through.
I did. I'm imagining the schoolboys, the students coming and going back home at night. Dad, I learned this. Mom, did you see? We saw so many things in the Polish pavilion. That is amazing. Thank you very much, Adrian, for this journey with you and all your team here. Amazing job. And hopefully I will come back. Next time I will come back to stamp my passport.
Please.
Would you stamp it for me?
Yes, of course. I'll be waiting outside with the stamp on.
Thank you so much. شكرا لكم متابعينا على مشاهدة هذه الحلقة. أتتكم الليلة من جناح بولندا. الأسبوع القادم بإذن الله ضيوف كرام آخرين وجناح آخر نستكشفه معا في إكسبو دبي 2020. تصبحون على خير. I want to continue our tour. Can we?
Of course.
Let's go.
Let's go.